You might joke that it's a red flag if she watches a lot of reality shows or puts ice cubes in her wine. But there are actually quite a few real red flags in women to watch out for. Red flags aren't personality quirks or preferences. They're toxic behaviors that are inappropriate in any relationship. Sometimes they can be hiding in plain sight, and I'm here to teach you what to look for. In this video, I'll be breaking down 7 signs in women that are clear indicators it's time to walk away. These are red flags that shouldn't be ignored if you value your peace of mind. Stick around until the end because the last sign is an absolute deal breaker, a huge red flag that can seriously mess with your mental health. Number 1, she gets serious really fast. A strong foundation takes time and effort to build. If she's dropping the L word after the second or third date, that's probably not a good sign. It can seem flattering that someone is so into you, but it could also be love bombing. If she's lavishing attention and affection on you really early, it could be a sign of manipulative or potentially abusive behavior to come. For example, she might be really quick to confess her love for you, claim she's never felt this way about anyone before, or talk about how amazingly compatible the two of you are. Love bombing is a tactic used by narcissists and other abusers to lure you in and make you feel comfortable and happy. Once you've relaxed into the relationship, they'll gradually tighten the noose and start exerting more control over your life. What if she's not love bombing? If she truly believes she feels that strongly about you, it's a sign of obsession, which is also a red flag. Number 2, she has a completely different lifestyle. If you don't approach life similarly, you likely have little in common. A long-term relationship works best when you both have the same ideas in mind for what a great life looks like. If how you want to spend your time or what you enjoy doing isn't in sync, you're going to have a hard time down the road. For example, if you're a sober vegan who runs marathons and she prefers to binge watch reality TV with a 6-pack of beer and a meat lover's pizza, your lifestyles probably aren't compatible. This isn't necessarily an unhealthy red flag. It typically just means that she might not be the best partner for you long term. Number 3, she's always the victim of breakups. Both people typically contribute to breakups and need to take accountability. She might tell you that all of her exes were crazy or abusive, or that things were going great until they suddenly flipped one day. If she's always the victim, it could be a sign that she's not taking responsibility for her own actions and will always blame someone else rather than be accountable. It's worth talking to her about those past relationships to try to get a sense of what happened. For example, you might ask her, "I know you said your ex was crazy, but can you tell me about some of the things they did? I'd like to better understand what you went through." Try to put yourself in the shoes of one of her exes. Ask yourself what she might say about you if your relationship ended today. Would she also consider you a crazy ex? If you can see that happening, it might be time to step away from her. She might acknowledge that she's not always the victim, but say that she's bad at relationships. This is a bit of a silent red flag. Ask her questions to find out exactly what she means and why those relationships ended. Number 4, she shares other people's deepest secrets. A trustworthy person knows how to keep someone's confidence. When she tells you something someone else confided in her, she's showing you that she doesn't respect people's privacy. If she doesn't respect their privacy, she likely won't respect yours either, and that's a red flag. For example, she might tell you that a coworker you're close to is stealing from the company and that you should stay away from them. This is especially dangerous if she's telling you something with the intention of changing your opinion about someone or isolating you from them. Number 5, she doesn't reciprocate your effort. In a strong partnership, both partners put forth equal effort. If you're the one doing all the giving and she's doing all the taking, that's not an equal partnership. Give voice to these concerns and see what she says. If she's really not interested in putting any effort into the relationship, it might be time to create some distance. For example, if you're always the one who calls or texts first and plans the date, you might be thinking that if you just never called or texted her again, you'd never see her again. It's equally bad if she looks at effort in a relationship as a sort of quid pro quo. You did that, so I did this in return. In a healthy partnership, both partners give because they want to, not to repay what the other did. Number 6, she doesn't respect your boundaries. Strong boundaries are an act of self-love and self-respect. When you set a boundary, you're telling someone how to interact with you in a way that won't cause you to become upset or uncomfortable. Whether it's a physical boundary or a behavioral one, you're telling someone how to relate to you properly. If you're in a relationship with a woman who refuses to do that or who continually pushes or ridicules your boundaries, that's definitely a red flag. For example, if she continues to sit close to you and lean on you you after you've told her that you don't want to be touched. She's communicating to you that she doesn't respect your boundaries. If she doesn't respect your boundaries, she also might say something such as, "Oh, lighten up. It's not that big of a deal." She might also make a joke out of it, saying something like, "Come on, babe, I was just messing with you." If she overtly pressures you to change your boundaries or implies that your boundaries aren't valid, that's probably a deal breaker. You don't need to be with someone who doesn't care about your personal limits. Number 7, she monopolizes your time. Equal partners are independent and give each other freedom. If she's clingy and constantly needs you, that's a likely red flag. A healthy relationship has balance and isn't all about one person giving all of their time and energy. Let her know that you need some space or time to yourself and see how she reacts. For example, you might say, "I've been feeling really drained lately. I'm going to stay home and read a book tonight instead of coming over." If she gets angry or upset with you because you want to take time to yourself, that's a definite red flag. Don't continue a relationship with someone who doesn't respect your independence or your mental health. And there you have it, 7 signs that it might be time to move on. Relationships should bring out the best in you, not drain you emotionally or mentally. If you're seeing any of these signs in your relationship, take a step back and really consider what's best for you. Remember, your mental health and well-being always come first. If this video helped you, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more relationship advice. Let me know in the comments if you've encountered any of these signs before, or if there's another red flag I should cover in a future video. Watch the recommended video on the screen, and I'll see you in the next video.